Ready?
Attention.
What? Attention, I love it.
Sorry.
So, hot sizzling, Tahitian, fiery, lava rock, balls.
Balls.
That's the Polynesian treat that we're going to have today.
Sweaty ball with
Wild Thing wine.
Wow thing.
It's going to be served in a volcano bowl.
Ooh.
And it's spicy pork and it's beef. And it has ginger garlic sauce mixed with pineapples and lingonberries. Served over lo mein noodles. Chopsticks were provided with Hawaiian lavosh crackers for your palate. And this is sort of like a molcajete bowl. You're probably familiar with that, George.
No, I am not.
I have lava rock bowls at home, but I didn't want to bring them because they'd break here. But yeah, this is like pseudo lava.
Right to the I want the real -5, no lava.
No lava.
I can smell that from here.
Yes.
Wild
It's
Thing
sizzling.
wine
I can
is
feel
made
it.
by
Wow.
Carl Shelton Wines in
love this.
Helensburgh, California. It's an old vine Zinfandel, and it's from the Santa Rosa, Sonoma, and Mendocino counties. Sustainably
Listen to the
farmed
dogs barking. They want some food.
Yeah,
and the
they have a lava
wild
rock there
yeast
waiting.
that grows upon the grapes have created this wonderfully rich and creamy Zinfandel. Watch out for the deliciousness of this wild thing that you are about to drink.
That smells
Wow.
So Zinfandel may not be the first grape that comes to mind when you think of California wine. But that doesn't mean it's like a second-rate wine. Its origins at the state date back to the 1840s. And it's making it one of the most historic varieties in the country. The long-standing tradition has contributed to Zinfandel's widespread reach in California, from Sonoma and Lodi in the north to Paso Robles, the Sierra foothills and beyond. Gary, I think you might have visited that area.
No, not yet.
Okay.
On my wish list.
The grape is found
Take
at
that damn
home
vaccine,
across many of
but-
the state's regions and often delivers a range of styles, depending on the climate and the winemaker expression.
So from bold, jammy, fruit-laden wine to nuanced earth pours, the full gamut of this grape can be found in the Golden State. With that in mind, this is one of the most recently tasted Zinfandels across California.
So 2014 was considered like a drought year in California, so it was kind of rough, But you would think that would, kind of impede the process of the grapes and the wines of the region. But actually, it doesn't with this kind of wine. It really flourishes. It survives all of these types of dramatic conditions. This one I actually picked though was a 2016 because this was an extremely good year in California. So we wanted to make sure that we brought something to the table here today. So aromas of black cherry, ripe plum, raspberry fruit combined with a hint of a cigar box is what they call it. Unusual kind of like description of the wine, but that's exactly what this tastes like. I was at a bar when I tried this, and it was, you all had been there actually. It was Pizza by Elizabeth's. It's not too far from where Joe Biden lives actually, in Greenfield, Delaware. And it was really like, I asked everybody, so what do you think is a good wine here? And they were like raving about this wine, so I wanted to share it with you guys.
Excellent.
So, it's vanilla oak and baking spice is also another description of it. And the palate is very creamy and round with a finish that's long with lush jammy fruit. And the wine is very fruity, mild-mannered, and easy to enjoy.
It's full-bodied but not too big, and it's packed with a plump strawberry and blackberry flavor that seems almost sweet on the finish. Unfortunately, these grapes love the heat, and they struggled with the drought, but produced a beautifully dense fruit flavor. Wild Thing Zinfandel went through the fermentation process uninoculated, relying on the healthy wild yeast population from the organic vineyard to create the terroir.
You were just talking about terroir.
I can't do it either, Libby.
Terroir, the complete natural environment in which a particular wine is produced, including factors such as the soil, topography, and climate. The characteristic taste and flavor imparted to a wine by the environment in which it is produced. So there is the Gout des Terroirs, and then there's also the plural, Gout du Terroirs. So in other words, that's the plural. It's the land of
Can
where.
you say that first
plural
word
is
again?
Yeah, Gout.
Terroir.
Gout.
That's right.
Gout?
Des Terroirs.
Because he has to
The
sign-
land which
It's
the
either
wine
le or
comes
le.
from.
Gout.
That's right.
That's
Yes.
G-A-U-T.
Yes.
O-U-T.
Yes.
Just like
So-
gout, arthritis.
Ghoul.
Yeah.
Oh,
With an A.
okay.
Gou or gout.
Goût de terroir.
Yeah,
Goût
Goût
de
de Terroir.
Oh, the taste.
Go.
The taste.
Oui.
Yeah.
Oui. Yes.
Yes.
Oui.
Oui.
See.
So the aroman flavors are wild fermentation started after a 4-day cold soak was followed by a 23-day maceration. The word macerate comes from the Latin macero, meaning to soften by soaking in a liquid.
And the must was delistaged
Tajed, right.
2 times prior to the wine reaching 10-degree brix. And that's the fancy French term for a rack and return process that aerates the wine, helps to build a healthy yeast population, and builds the mouthfeel volume with gentle extraction from the skins.
So we were talking about that delistage period. When you talk about the time, the temperature, and also the cap, you talk about all of those things that are put into the wine itself. You're talking about the must, you're talking about the vine, you're talking about anything like the stems, the branches. That's the process that we're talking about here.
And the brix is the measure of the amount of dissolved solids in the liquid via its specific gravity. And it's used especially to measure the dissolved sugar. 1 degree brix is 1 gram of sucrose in 100 grams of solution.
I can't wait to try this.
All
I know,
right.
right?
Yeah, it's really good.
Zinfandel from, I think it was
Mendocino.
Carneros
Mendocino, yeah.
was some of the most lovely I've ever
Gotta
had.
go in the pool.
I really enjoyed it.
There we go.
All right. Let me get your bowls and I'll load you up with some stuff here. So you got lo mein.
Really good.
Okay.
No, I already had some.
Can I take your bowl? Do you want to take your lavash away?
Sorry about your tea.
I'm gonna use
Can I take your bowl?
If I can have it back.
Well, Jake
You are
likes
bringing it
Reds.
back, right?
I do.
I love Don't take my wine glass.
I like everything. I am an equal opportunity beverage consumer.
It smells so good.
I'm so glad.
Oh my god.
I am so
It's just
glad.
like wafting over
Reminds me
here.
of Lenny Kravitz.
I know.
Go my way.
But I mean,
So I think I'm gonna take these from here since I have extra.
But like,
Put a couple, like,
light
what do you think, 4?
evokes to me, I should be
Is that
sitting
okay?
on the deck, and there should be a warm sunshine in me.
That should be
Going
enough.
underwear.
What did you say? It's pork? Mine's
It is pork. Yeah.
And I love it. I love Pinot Noir. Actually, you would really enjoy the vineyard that we brought. Our fans, they grow their own Pinot Noir, and it's very different than
Call me some Zinfandel.
California
Mo?
Pinot Noir, because it's just Pinot Noir grapes.
No,
but
we're
it's
curly.
I forget what the
This kind of hair, I'm
percentage is.
definitely
Something
curly.
like maybe 75 or 80% only has to be
We're passing bowls
That's
around.
better.
Pinot Noir. You can light
Cherry.
it on the other
Get some cherry on
This
there.
is just
There's some
Pinot
cherry.
Noir, and it has a brownish tone to it.
Oh, no, I
It's
think
a brown sauce and it has garlic, it has lingonberry.
Who told us?
It's a Swedish.
yeah.
From heart and hands. Yeah.